Hello folks, top of the morning to you. I'm Robin. I'm the perfumer and the trainer at Carolyn Key's Natural Perfumes. Perfumes that are in concert with nature. Come on this journey with us. You'll probably be very glad you did. As a teacher at a beauty school for over 55 years, I believe that you have to give more than you get. And all the way through our website and our videos, we'll be giving you free recipes to get you started. And then if you want to join us to do a course, great. At least you've been practicing first. A practical approach to perfume making is volume. So you need to decide on what size bottle you're going to use. Now let me grab the pointer here. Let's say you're going to have a 30 ml bottle. Well, you don't fill the whole bottle with essential oils because that is dangerous. You need 6 ml for a very strong perfume and much lower quantities when you're making a spritz or a cologne, but we'll cover that step by step. So in a 30 ml bottle, we're going to have 24 ml of jojoba oil. I love fractionated coconut oil, and it's not the greasy type. Anyway, you have 24 ml of the base oil and just 6 ml of the perfume, and that is a perfume, not a cologne. You can make floral perfumes and all kinds of wonderful perfumes, but we'll be able to get you started first to try a few things without paying any money, and that's a great thing. When my father first gave my grandma, my great-grandma, and my mother a ballpoint pen in the 1950s, I happened to be sitting with my great-grandma, and she said, "Grab a paper bag. I want to try this pen out, and I'll give you that recipe that I've been meaning to give you." So she wrote the date on there, 1880 something. I don't know if that was the date she was born or the date that she first started making this perfume, but she used the ballpoint pen on the paper bag and wrote out the recipe for me. And one of the funny things about this recipe is, and when she used to take me foraging for products, gathering leaves and twigs and trees, we would chip the lemon eucalyptus tree and get little timber chips off the tree, and she'd only let you take a couple off each tree so the tree could heal. Then we take all the vegetation and the flowers and the wood chips, etc., home, and my grandpa, or my great-grandpa, and my grandpa used to make 150 proof alcohol. Illegal in this day and age, I think, but that's what they used to do. And they used to make beer, and my mum would skim off the foam off the beer each day when she came home from school. It was a lovely environment to grow up in. So I'm now taking these recipes, but with a modern twist, and using essential oils from all over the world in the perfume, so I don't have to go out and chip trees with a little tomahawk. It's been a wonderful journey, and I'd like to give all that I know to you. Well, the apple, they say, never falls too far from a tree. When I'm stability testing and testing perfumes, I may have all the oils out that I want to use, but I'm putting different percentages of each oil into each test. And I write it down on a paper bag, just like my ancestors did. When I'm completed, because I like to put them in see-through beakers, clear glass beakers, and of course you can't have essential oils in clear glass because they turn toxic. I then transfer them into little bottles and I put them back in this particular paper bag, and they stay inside that bag each test for anything up to 2 to 3 years. And I check on them from time to time with a eyedropper and drop that onto a perfume tester strip. Not only that, before I bottle them then to give to friends or family and now to sell, I test the pH level, because I've also added sometimes cinnamon sticks or some chips from a tree, etc., but never when I'm just making the pure oils with a carrier oil. You can only add those things if you're making an alcohol-based perfume, which I'll talk to you about in my book. And stability testing is very important. My family and many people of yesteryear never ever wore perfume on their skin. Even I don't wear perfume on my skin. I wear it in a perfume locket. But I want to tell you about flirting. In the old days, when your older folk were teaching you to flirt, they'd say, put some perfume on your handkerchief. Go up close to a man, start a conversation, drop the handkerchief, and then that creates a bonding between you both. He gets to smell your beautiful fragrance. He gets to be kind because he picks up your handkerchief and gives it to you. And it's a wonderful way to flirt. Make you laugh, wouldn't it? During the course, I will often explain about smell therapy. You know, like if someone's got the flu these days, they whip into the chemist and get one of those little Vicks sticks or sprays and spray it up their nose. But animals have always used smell for healing and for lifting their mood. And you, as a human, can do the same. For these, you would buy bottles of pure essential oils or absolute oils, and you would sniff them, and they can work on your brain and change your mood. Many moons ago, I had an aromatherapy book. It wasn't called an aromatherapy book. It was called Distilling Oils book that my grandma had written. And when I went to work for my first essential oil company, I wrote a book called Foolproof Aromatherapy. Well, that book has come a long way over the years, and I now have produced a lovely book called The Alluring Study of Aromatherapy for Healers and Perfumers. It has about 62 monograms and explanations of those oils, the main oils that I love for healing and perfume making. Then there's the Apprentice Perfumer book that I've put together, and I just released that edition 5 this year in 2025. Both of those books are given to you in an what do they call it, an ebook format when you do the online course with us. I no longer teach face to face because I find now that I'm in my very late 70s, getting towards 80 years of age, I have sometimes trouble getting my thoughts from my head to my mouth. And so it's better for me to write things down. And that's why I've developed the online training course in perfume making. But it's not just about perfume making. It's also about learning smell therapy and contraindications, blending factors, and how much oil you put in with this and that, and how to dilute alcohol or marry the essential oils into the alcohol, and how much distilled water or rose water you use in your perfumes. And all of that is covered in my apprenticeship book and in the course. Carolyn Keyes was actually my mother. So this perfume business, the online courses and the organic perfume sales, I've dedicated to her because she was the one that would encourage me to go bush camping with the family and learn lots of things from my ancestors. This was going to be the front page on my website, but when my daughter and her friends had a look at it, they said it didn't really represent what I was doing. But it does, because it says that the oils that we use are in concert with nature. But I've gone for a more modern approach, and you'll see that on my website. But I love this because it really does explain that oils that are ethically sourced really are in concert with nature. And in perfumes, we have the base note, the middle note, and the top note, and orchestra. Now, when I had my beauty school, my certificates were given under the name Beauty Pathways Academy, and that was, at that stage, one of my business names. So your certificate will come with your name on it, whether you do the mini perfume course or the full, or not the full, but the more advanced perfume course. The mini course will mainly cover just explanations on alcohol perfumes, but it concentrates more on organic perfumes. And the same with my larger course. It's mainly about organic perfumes, but it does teach the other types of perfumes as well. And this will be your certificate. I'd really love it if you give me a thumbs up, a like, subscribe if you're really interested in healing with essential oils, because I cover so many things, and I'm not really great at making videos, but I'm giving it my best shot. And so if you could give me some advice, thanks in advance. Like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day, and come along this journey with me and join one of my courses. All of the information will be below in the, what do they call it, the description here on YouTube. Over and out, folks.